What's up, everyone? Welcome back again. Jose here with Speedlab, and just a little recap of what's been going on with the Tacoma. I know in the last video we were working on the exhaust. We're a little bit more further ahead on that part, and it's my fault for not setting up my tripod and stuff when my guy's not here to help me record and stuff. So he kind of puts that task on me, and honestly, once I'm in the zone and I'm working, I forget. So, and honestly, it's really late. So I'm not really thinking about putting stuff up and everything else. So, but I will do better on my part, so that way you guys can actually see the content behind it and how I piece it all together and stuff. So you want to check it out. We're pretty much at the point where the exhaust is set up how I want it. So we're going from 4.5 to a 5-inch reducer into a V-band deal. So that way I already have it set up. It's not tacked, as you can tell. It's just kind of just chilling there right now, but it gives me a visual of what I need. So that way, here, let me put this actually on right. The V-band, that's why. Okay. All right. So it's gonna sit like that. I don't know where I'm gonna put the actual clamp part on it, but you know, that's for later. So I needed this so that way I can actually figure out my 2 entries to the merge collector. So that way it goes back to the turbo. And obviously this is the part that I didn't record, so there's a lot of progress in it, and it's already fully welded. I think we got some clips of the welding, if I'm not mistaken, so at least we got some of that. But for the most part, I actually built it together, or put it together. I didn't there's no footage of it, so I apologize for that. But we already have it set up. I just pulled out my Lincoln welder and put it here, so that way I can actually tack on the vehicle, because I needed to tack the merge collector to these two here. And I'm just, now it's already tacked, I'm letting it cool down, so that way once I pop off the V-bands, it shouldn't move. It might move a little bit when I weld it, but I'm gonna try my best to kind of keep them exact the same, so that way I won't have any issues when it goes back on the vehicle or back on the Tacoma. So that's where I'm with it right now. Like I said, I'm just letting it cool down. I just used the Lincoln welder to you know, to get it tacked. And again, shout out to Lincoln, because man, that little dolly setup and stuff makes it so much easier. All I have to do is wrap up my cords, which is my torch, my pedal, my ground, put it on, and it has destination deals for it. So all I gotta do is put it on, and you know, grab your handles here, pick it up like that, and move it. Very simple, very easy. It's awesome. If you guys don't have that kind of setup in your shop, you should look into it, because it's so. Thank you again, guys, and again, thank you Vibrant Values and all those guys over there. So because without them, it wouldn't be possible. So
on the track.
So right now what I'm doing is, this is finally fully welded. So technically this is our hot side from the collectors, from the manifold collector all the way to the turbo. So I know before I was doing a little hand gesture of how it was supposed to kind of flow, whatever, but now this is it right here. So the next step, I'm gonna actually put it on the truck now, make sure it didn't move on me, crossing my fingers, because sometimes that happens, and it's nature. It is what it is, because there's no actual jig setup for this, so it's all, you know, it's all custom made. And sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, you know, you end up with a bad day with stuff moving around. So but hopefully it looks like it didn't. I left some marks and stuff, and it looks like everything's pretty much still in the same spot. But yeah, so I'm gonna put this on. That way I can start figuring out where I'm going to do my wastegate at, and I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about once it goes on the truck. So let me go ahead and take this off really quick, and that way we can put it on. Alright, so now that we actually installed the Hotside, and like I said, it moved just a hair, but enough to where there's still some wiggle room, and you know, it's fine. So got my Turbo Smart. Well, this is a This is a brand new wastegate that I had, that I have in stock. I usually carry parts like this in stock just because of our builds and stuff, or pre-purchased stuff for builds that are already here. And we're actually I'm actually in the process of buying a bulk order so that way I can keep in stock. That way, if anybody ever needs, blow valves or wastegates or anything in that nature from TurboSmart, I'll have it in stock since I use it all the time anyway. And that's the only product I sell because that's all I use on my personal stuff. That's basically what we put on the race cars and projects that are they're here and future. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out of the box and then pretty much figure out where I'm gonna put this beautiful thing of wastegate like that. So this is a sleeper edition, which is obviously the whole black, the black on black on black on black with black fittings or black deals. So yeah. So to pick up where we left off is pretty much the making of the actual merge for the wastegate placement, and so that's all taken care of, and then all that got welded late night just because, like I said, we've been battling some 100-degree welders and shit, and it's hot. So I try to leave all the welding to be at the end of the day or at night, just because it's a lot cooler and stuff. But got that situated. Also got around to weld the downpipe as well. So. And that's kind of where I'm at right now, is I'm trying to figure out my center where I'm gonna have the actual exhaust protrude through the hood, because we are going hood exit this time. Obviously before it was fender exit. So just changing it up a little bit, and like I said, we're gonna go out the hood. So right now I'm making a little contraption. It's pretty much having a square and I have my laser, and obviously you can see it's bolted down there, just to kind of figure out where I'm gonna kind of just get my point of where my center is going to be at for the exhaust. So I kind of already have my mark where my center is here. I just gotta kind of eyeball it on the actual pipe, because I know it's 5-inch. So obviously on a center radius steel, half of a 5-inch is 2.5. So basically I'm going to go off of those numbers, and then hopefully not regret it, where you drill and it's so off that it's good. Luckily it's fiberglass, so I know a fiberglass guy and a painter, so we can fix that easily. Like my tool? Alright, this is gonna suck. No going back. That sucks, man. I really wish it was right here. I tried. I thought I was there. I'm just saying.
You already did the haul.
Just be on the safe side.
Hold it.
Yeah, can you hold it on one? There you go. Hey, you gotta think about it. It's a Mickey Mouse. I can do it. right, so a little walkthrough of what we did with the Hotside. I know we showed it at the last YouTube video, and basically there's a lot going on, but it's very simple, and that's kind of what I was striving for, to make sure that when we're at the track, everything is easy to come off. Just you know, just in case for maintenance or something happens or whatever, this takes the minimum time to get apart, so we can go ahead and do what we need to do with the motor or whatever happens, right? And in this case, we have basically our two 2.5s from our manifold into a 2-to-1 collector that transitions into a 3.5. And then from the 3.5 obviously goes to meets the turbo. And then this here, we have it riding on the actual path of the airflow, since when it comes up, this is our 90 here, and it's gonna ride, it's basically gonna flow this way, right? So we transition the wastegate and actually utilize a bend to get us our you know, the most material and surface area, so that way this is basically 100% priority, and we shouldn't have no issues as far as it trying to boost creep or anything like that. This is full. This is probably the best as far as what I can think of for this application, as you know, and what I'm given to work with. This gives us our best chance to make sure that this will always work 100%, and that's really key for setups like this, especially only using one gate. I still left meat here just in case, if it worst case scenario we need to add a second gate, I have room to put another gate in here. Now, as far as the dump tube, going back to the exhaust, I know there's a big myth. It's a 50-50 deal that people say that it's important not to go back into it, especially in the race applications, you know, since we are going to see a lot of boost. But I've done it in the past and I've never really had an issue. But in this case as well, just to be on the safe side, so this is from the wastegate out is 2.5. I end up transitioning it to a 3-inch before it goes into the exhaust, so it just gives a little bit more volume there. And then we're literally at the end, so by the time this comes up, this is a 45-degree cope onto the exhaust. So basically we're at the end of the teardrop. So if I'm thinking it correctly, I mean, there's literally no restriction. I mean, it's literally right here. So which means that it will be cool for people with cameras, because I feel like this is going to shoot a lot of flames. And it's high enough, and it kind of goes at an angle where it's going to miss. I know it's going to fog up depending on the weather and stuff, but it might end up fogging up the glass just a little bit. But this is the best solution that we can come up with to still utilize all the room that we have, because we still need to put a dry sump in here. We still need to put our little fittings and stuff that needs to go on there. So I'm trying to minimize this. I'm trying to maximize the space that we have, and to make sure that everything has its own spot, but also to make sure that it's easy to work on, and nothing's like crowded and you have to take 5 different things off just to get to one part. So I think this is the best bet. We have V-band, we have V-band here. Obviously, the exhaust usually comes off of this with V-band here. There's a V-band here. This pops off. So like I said, I made it very simple. It looks crazy, but it's very simple. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the intercooler so we can get this done, and then we can have a full frame of how it's supposed to look, and then make sure that the front end fits, and we're on to the next step.
It looks like you lost another one.
we're actually getting AC installed into the shop. So
You gotta show off. And then of course it's got all your sensors so we can measure pressure drop, phase changes.